before we get started, we need to address the sunglasses. It's a lot sunnier than I expected today. I didn't bring any sunglasses with me. I had this backup pair in the car from, looks like circa 2000. Right, let's get straight into the video. So you guys would have seen from the title of the video, we're looking at the Backfire G3 today. The reason I want to make this video is that it's now been 6 months since I got it, and I've been riding this one a fair bit, like a lot. And I wanted to make a quick video just to talk about its, I guess, how it stood up to the test of time, how it's still running, are there any issues with the board and so on. No surprises, or you're probably no surprises. There are no issues with the board. The G3 is just a beast of a board. Somebody asked me yesterday, or maybe the day before online, what my favorite hub board I've got or have ridden. And I had to really think about it, and I came down to two boards. And the two that I was tossing and turning between was the X1 Pro hub and the Backfire G3. Now, overall I did choose the G3, and I'll tell you why, and it's purely based because it's got more range than the Exway Pro hub. I actually do prefer the Exway a little bit better, but the range is just not good enough for my weight. 100 kilos, oh, that's at 220 pounds, I think. The G3, I've never done a range test, so we might even do that today. The G3 with its 260 watt-hour battery delivers a lot more range than the X1 Pro. Yeah guys, as I mentioned, we've had no issues with the G3, no cracks in the wheels, no issues. I've just looked at the odometer, I've done 843 kilometers on this in the last 6 months. There's no issues, no rattles, no nothing. I just want to show you the battery case, because that's where I thought I would have had the most problems. There is hardly any. There's a little bit of scratching there you can see by the battery port. Hopefully you can see that. No scratching on the ESC cover. Here are these wheels, they're dirty. I've done no maintenance on this board whatsoever. There's no chips or cracks on any of the four wheels. It really has stood up beautifully. The deck still looks brand new, I think, except for one little scratch here. You might be able to see that hopefully. And that's where it rolled around the boot and hit another one of my boards. But anyway, that's enough talking. Let's go for a ride. Let's do a range test, because I haven't done it on this board. And we'll talk about a few other things as well while we're riding. So I want to give you an update on Vestar Blackhawk. I want to give you an update on Verreal RS. I want to give you an update on Lycaon board. You might remember I reviewed their GR and their G boards probably about 5 months ago, with some big news coming out of Lycaon, which is very, very exciting. So I'll share that as well. And we'll also just talk about the current situation in China as far as shipping and delays and people getting shitty because their boards haven't arrived. So let's grab a helmet and let's ride. All right guys, we're good to go. We've got the board on. We've got the Relive app running on my phone right here, so we'll be able to track those kilometers. You can see the board, I might be able to see that. The board is on 100%. The remote is also on 100%. And we're just gonna go for a cruise and see how the G3 goes. We're gonna do this in sport mode. I think it's kind of self-sabotage to go and do it in turbo, because turbo is there for when you need it, those big bursts of speed. Yeah, let's go. Straight away, 30 kilometers an hour, no problems at all. Just a reminder, 21700 cells, the 21700s on this thing, and it is 260 watt hours on the battery. So we should see a pretty good result. And that result is the reason why I chose this as my favorite hub board. That and the wheels on this thing, the sleeves, they are so fat, wrapped around those hub motors at the back. It does not feel like a hub board. I mentioned that in my initial review 6 months ago. It's whisper quiet, it goes over cracks. You don't get foot fatigue, which is a really big deal on a hub board, which is nice. But yeah, let's go. So we've started the ride. I'm gonna just end the video here. We'll come back in the next couple of kilometers, and we will talk about let's talk about Lycaon board and what they're going to be offering on the market very soon. All right guys, the first update I want to give you is around the Lycaon board. You would have seen me do the G and the GR review about 5 months ago, I think. They have just let a few secrets go on their Lycon Riders group on Facebook, and they are releasing a new board, and it's going to be called the TRX. And I spoke to the owner, and it's TRX, but it'll be called or pronounced Trax. So it's going to be the Lycon Trax. It's going to have a few different wheel options, which is pretty cool. So I know they're going to be doing a 90mm, and they will be doing the Cloud Wheel 105s and the Cloud Wheel 120, both Discovery Core. But they'll also be looking at, it's not confirmed yet, but they'll also be looking at a 6-inch or a 6.5-inch pneumatic tyre for this. So this will be a dual belt board, and I know that they will be doing 21700 cells in a 12S3 or 4P configuration. So there's going to be another quite very good contender in the market, I think, for your ESK8 So if you are looking, and it's going to be a carbon fiber deck, I believe. That's not confirmed yet. There's still rumors about the deck. I have seen a shape, a drawing of how it will look, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a full carbon fiber deck with a nice little drop down and so on. So yeah, if you want to know more information, go to their Facebook group, because the owner keeps putting little updates and surprises there around the wheels and the battery and the ESK and so on. But that one I'm very much looking forward to, and I'm hoping to get my hands on one, because I think if they can do it for under $1,000, it'll be an absolute winner. All right, guys. First update: we are at 4 kilometers. So 4 kilometers in, and we've lost 1 bar out of 5. So 4K in, 1 bar down so far. So going strong, which is nice. Definitely going to get more than that 16 kilometers on the X1 Pro. So my choice for this being my favorite hub board is currently correct. Next I want to talk about the Verreal RS. You guys know it's one of my favorite boards. I really did flip a coin when I go for a ride on which one I take, whether it be the RS or the Black Hawk from Vestar. Now they have just released their new deck shape. Take a look, I'll chuck it on the screen here for you. And they've also now released their new battery, so the 19.2 amp hour Sanyo Tesla battery. So if you order now, you will get that shape, and you will be able to order that battery option, which is exciting. They've also done a new, more sleeker, I would say, battery enclosure, but that is to obviously handle that ginormous battery option that they do. Biggest battery I know in a production board. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me down below. Now, they're experiencing some delays, and I'm the first one to chuck my hand up and say delays suck. And they have had what I'm going to call, and I said this to a few guys on the Facebook group, the Verreal owners Facebook group, they've faced the kind of perfect storm, and this is the same with Vestar Black Hawk as well. And when I say perfect storm, the issues are that COVID has struck. We all know that. That sucks. Everything's been shut down. Everything's taken longer to build and make, because they've got reduced numbers in their factories over there. The flow-on effect of COVID with the airlines is just screwing everybody up. Doesn't matter if you're Exway or Backfire, Vestar, Verreal. There's just no flights, or there's very few flights leaving China. So these boards, who they do through shipping agencies, so us being the buyers don't pay taxes and import charges, the shipping agent basically has to wait and find a space on a plane to put our boards. Now, when you go from, let's say 300 flights or 200 flights or whatever the number is, 100 flights a day, and then all of a sudden there's 5 flights. There is a lot less space. Now, I see lots of comments on both Verreal, Vestar, Backfire. Everyone's whinging, and I do agree. It's shit. We've paid out money for our boards and we haven't got it. But just remember, it's not actually the board owners, the guys who own the companies. It's not their fault. They are doing everything they can. Like I was speaking to Vic the other night. Well, Vic sent me a message the other night, and it was 4:30 my time, so 2:30 a.m. his time. I was up because I'm going to the gym. He was just driving his staff home, who had just finished in the factory. That's how hard they're working to get these things out. And you know, unfortunately, they're getting smashed with emails saying, "Where's my board? Where's my board? I want a refund. I want to cancel." And again, I totally get it. but then the staff get the stress and the staff get the pressure, and all you're going to do is you're going to rush them to make silly little mistakes. And so all I can say is, give the manufacturers a bit of breathing room. It might take 6 weeks, it might take 8 weeks to get your board. That sucks. But if you rush them, they all rush it for you, but that's when the silly little mistakes happen. Now, I saw a post today where the wrong cable was sent or a charger was left out. This is not indicative of Verreal quality. These guys don't make mistakes, but they're getting rushed. So the factories are getting rushed, and so they're trying to get stuff done. Yeah, there's no easy answer. There's no magic bullet for this. Boards at the moment are just going to take time. Yeah, it's a shame. And on top of that, they're also getting bad quality stock sent to them, which they can't send out to us, or they won't send out to us. We all know, if you're a Verreal owner, Vic just got a bad batch of Hobbywing remotes. Now, Hobbywing is my absolute favorite ESC out there. You'll never convince me that a Lingy will be better than a Hobbywing. Sorry, we just won't. And I've never seen a Hobbywing have a massive problem like this, but they send out a whole batch of bad remotes which are having disconnection, or they're not even disconnected, they're just saying they're disconnected. Now, as soon as Vic was aware of this, he stopped shipping all the boards, sent all the remotes back and demanded new remotes, which is what you'd expect. But again, this all takes time. This all adds into our time frame. So guys, all I'm trying to say, long story short, and it's already been a long story, so it's not really short, give the guys a bit of breathing room, email them for updates, but you're not going to get an answer within 24 hours. It might take a week to get an answer, because instead of them replying to emails, they want to be out there building boards and get them out to you guys as soon as possible. So that's all I want to say about Verreal and Blackhawk and most Chinese manufacturers at the moment. Give them a bit of breathing room. They're doing their absolute best. All right, let's check back in soon. All right, guys, next quick check-in. We're on 6.1 kilometers and we are still only 1 bar down. Just want to show you this view. Really was just a check-in to show you the view.
And inside.
Hey, puss puss. All right, guys, next update. We are on 8.4 kilometers and we are 2 bars down. So 2 out of 5, 8.4K, and we are 2 bars down. Board's still going perfectly well. No issues, no rattles. All right, next thing I want to talk about is Exway. The name on everyone's lips at the moment. So we've got a new brand ambassador here in Australia, Sam, based in Adelaide. So that's awesome for the sport. He'll be obviously sharing all of his thoughts and feelings on the boards, being the Flex, the Wave, and the soon-to-be-named all-terrain. Just want to talk about Exway. So I have got a Flex. It's almost here coming. It's a production Flex, so there'll be no issues with braking or funny battery temperatures going up hills that I've seen recently. I haven't done it till now because I wanted to wait and get my production model. I didn't want a pre-production one that was going to have problems or have issues that people could go, well, it's pre-production. So my production model will be here any day now, after waiting in China for a very long time. So expect a full comprehensive review on the Flex. Comment down below what specifically you want me to test. I'll do my usual ride and talk, but if there's something specifically you want me to see or pull apart or open up, comment down below and I'll do my absolute best to meet those requirements. Exway is going to release an awesome board. They haven't yet disappointed. Again, I've got no affiliation with these guys, but I love their products, I love their motors, I love their wheels. I still drive my X1 Pro all the time with the Riot kit on. It's just a fun board, well made, well thought out. But anyway, yeah, just want to do it Exway. So the Flex is coming, new Australian brand ambassador, which is awesome. The Wave will be soon after that. All terrain will be around Christmas. Who knows what it'll be called? Probably Trek, I'm guessing. Yeah, so let's check in again. Let's have a look with the kilometers. Let me just get my phone. All right, let's have a look. We are on 11.2 kilometers so far. And we are on, I can't see. I think 2 bars down still, so it's still going pretty well. So just almost 12 kilometers, still ticking along very nicely. So check in soon. All right, last thing I want to speak about is the Backfire Zealot, their new belt drive board. So I do not have one yet. I'm trying to get my hands on one. I do want to test it out. I would really like to do a head-to-head comparison to the Flex, which I will have shortly. Now the Zealot has the bigger battery, 311 watt hours compared to the G3, so we'll have more range than this. It has obviously the dual belt drive, 750 watt dual motors, which is pretty awesome. For a board for that price range, I mean, it's pretty cheap for what you're getting. It has the exact same deck as the G3. Anything different from this, it is just the G3 standard deck. Same enclosures and so on. Different battery, different ESK, obviously belt drive. So watch the space. The Zealot might be coming if we can find a way to afford the shipping. But at this stage, it'll all be about the Flex in the next few weeks. All right, guys, range test is still going well. Avoiding all the puppy dogs and everything. Now, I am actually running out of time, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure we can get better than the X1 Pro hub, just to validate my choice of this being my favorite hub, because that was based purely on range, and it got 16 or 15.8, I think was exactly right. So we're on 17.7 on this. So definitely better in range, but it should be. It's a much bigger battery. But I've just wanted to validate the reason that I chose this one over the X1 Pro hub. So have a quick look. We're at 17.8 kilometers. We've got two solid bars of battery left. So my prediction is this would probably, I think with my weight, would probably get 23 to 25 kilometers in total. Probably a little bit less, 23 I reckon. We've been going pretty quick. I'd say the average speed is going to be, I mean, I sat on 25 most of the time at a minimum. We're going a lot quicker today. We're on 33, 34 kilometers at some stage. Let me just pause the app now and finish it. Finish. What I'll do is I'll chuck the relive data on there now. Again, as always, remember the average speed will not be accurate because I stop and start. Around here we had to stop for quite a few red lights in Manly Beach. A lot of dogs had to stop for and so on. So as I've mentioned before, I don't pause the app because it takes like 100 meters or something to click back in and get going again, which can just stuff up all your telemetry. So I'd rather have an accurate distance and my average speed not be accurate. So yeah, you'll see it all here. So as I mentioned, guys, we've spoken about the Black Hawk, we've spoken about the RS from Verreal, we've spoken about Exway. One thing I didn't mention, Verreal will be, people have been waiting for this. Verreal will be releasing their pneumatic tires very, very soon. I spoke to the owner today. Their sample is arriving today. They need to test that sample and then it'll be ready to go to the public. So as soon as they've tested that sample and they're happy with the quality and they know it's not going to obviously have any quality issues, they will be releasing that as soon as possible. They will also be releasing, I'm guessing beforehand, they haven't told me this, I don't know if I am allowed to say this, they'll also be releasing their new light up wheels or glow wheels. They haven't named them yet. They're a 97 mil with a nice fat contact patch. I think 62 mil from memory, could even be 64. It's ABEC core. Beautiful looking wheels. They light up with motion there. They look pretty cool. There's other companies who have done them before, but these are big. These are 97s with a big contact patch. So very, very excited for those. I'm going to try to get my hands on a set to test because I think they look awesome. A nice white wheel or blue, I think would look fantastic. All right, guys, so we're going to end the video there. As I mentioned, if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below with any questions I think you want to see. Don't forget, we've got the Exway Flex coming very, very soon. Apparently getting delivered tomorrow. Super, super excited. Production Flex. As always, guys, skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video.